2 years ago in New Mexico, my brother, my sister-in-law, and my nephew were murdered in cold blood on Father's Day with a pickaxe to their head.
Oh my God.
They were sleeping in the warmth and the comfort of their bed, in their homes, in the most secure place that you could imagine yourself, right?
Right.
Here we are 2 years later, it's become a cold case.
Really?
But I knew that the one thing I had to do is forgive the person or persons who did this to my family.
Okay.
And when I did that, God clearly showed me a vision that the very same thing is happening in the womb today.
Wow.
To babies that are in the most secure place that they can possibly be, in the mother's womb.
Exactly.
And there's someone that's coming in, quote unquote, an abortionist, who is ripping them out limb by limb and taking their life away from them.
Wow.
To that, I had to just say, wow, I'm pro-life. Wait a minute. What's pro-life? What's abortion? And as I began to do the research, I realized that I was only pro-life in name only because it came along with the default setting of being a Christian. Most Christians that call themselves pro-life don't have a clue about abortion.
Sad.
Very sad.
Sad.
And so, about, it was back in April, I met a beautiful woman who was conceived in rape. Her name is Rebecca Kiesling. And she invited me to come and march with her organization, for the March for Life. And so that's who we marched with, though I don't have the same story as they do, that they were conceived in rape. And it was a pretty good sized group that she's been able to pull together. There was actually one gentleman that did march with the group as well. The most amazing thing was in the entire crowd, as people would walk by and see these signs that said, conceived and raped, I love my life. They had this look on their face like, really? Wow, never thought about it like that. And Rebecca will be the first to say, why should I have paid for the crime of my father?
Exactly.
Why? When he is sitting in a prison with his life, serving a life sentence for rape and murder.
Wow.
Her mother was lucky that he didn't murder her. And she's blessed today because her mother did choose life, even though she tried to abort her right before Roe versus Wade was made legal.
Wow.
And she's a huge testimony to many that will say, well, I'm pro-life with the exception of rape or incest.
Right.
What's the difference? It's a baby.
Yeah, it's either you're pro-life or you're not. You can't be degrees.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a baby. Now, most people will say, I ran into a gentleman yesterday at the Holocaust Museum, and we struck up a conversation, and he said, well, I believe in abortion. Here, what if a 12-year-old is raped? And I said, how about adoption?
Thank you.
I said, do you know statistics prove that women who have aborted a baby because of rape are violated twice because they have to live with the consequence that they murdered their child?
Exactly. That's tough.
Why not give the gift twice? The gift of life, to give life to that baby, and then to give the gift of life to a couple that is wanting a child.
Yeah, desperately wanting a child.
Why murder the child?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Wow, what a story. That is incredible.
So I have dedicated the rest of my life to be a voice for unborn babies in the womb who have no voice.
Exactly.
And God used something that was very tragic in my life to stir it up inside of me, because I'm not post-abortive. I didn't used to be pro-choice. I was a silent Christian, and it's the church that needs to wake up.
Yeah, that's
There's
true.
too much apathy in the church.
Exactly.
There's too much. I'm sorry, I don't want to lose my tax exempt number. Really?
Yeah. Is that what this is about?
The church really needs to wake up. It's vital that the church wakes up.
It's not spoken on often enough in the church
No, it
anymore.
isn't. So,
I can't remember the last time I
you
heard
get
it
a lot
spoken
of
on.
people that'll say, I can't believe our country's in this shape that it's in. I can't believe this is happening. You don't? How about who's been busy taking God out of our country?
Exactly. Even
And
trying
then-
to remove it from the dollar.
Exactly. And then the first thing we want to do is we got to blame God.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe God let this happen. Well, hello. I believe you started taking God out of the schools, out of the courthouses. Before too long, we'll start taking God out of the churches.
Wow. Wow.
So I encourage you to definitely do a little research and make the choice to be a voice for unborn children.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And I have to speak with my people about it too, because there's things going on that, I mean, I knew it was bad, but I had no idea how some of these laws applied. That is just the most shocking thing.
It is.
And thank God that you had the revelation that you did. Yeah, and at the same time, to not harbor the resentment, because it just eats you up from the inside. The hatred and resentment destroys your soul and doesn't allow you to receive the blessings that that are there for you. So that's great that you were able to overcome it.
Amen.
Good deal.
Yes.
Hey, what airline are you